Audio phone.
It's time for change to move into the real work of the universe. And it's time to understand that we use the matter state to reach the level of understanding of the soul of the man. Now you understand maybe why the Creator has sent His messengers in the name of whatever you have had. Is that they bring the ears, that it can be used when the time of the Messiah comes. They can teach the soul and the messenger, not to oppose. But by them understanding through those who have become Messiahs, to give from their souls to these to elevate, the job is made easy. The school is there and the students are devotedly there. Then there won't be any fight between what they call the Muslims and the Christians. The lamb and the lion will eat and sleep in the same nest. The Christians and the Muslims will sleep and pray in the mosque, then in the same church, in the name of their souls, not in the name of religion that is used to create so much conflict for the benefit of those who were the hyperactive children. The time has come, the time of change is here. And as I said, my wish is my command. If it's your wish to see peace, the path of peace is laid very clearly. It's the soul of the collective awareness. By giving will create that position of change. No other thing. There is no pen in the soul of the man. And I'm sure once you go into the universal community, you will never see anything written. but the balance of the fields of the soul of the existence. Try to be humble enough not to become arrogant in the power that you have understood and you possess. Otherwise, you'll fall in the same path of the church and the mosque. This is what we promised, and this is what we have delivered. We have to understand the operation of the soul, and we have to understand the soul of the man is a star in the cosmos of the universe. If we compare the soul of the man and many of us, 7 billion in one collection, Earth is like a galaxy with so many stars. When we look in the depth of the universe, we see galaxies with hundreds of millions of stars in it. So is the planet Earth. It carries 7 billion beautiful stars, which are the soul of the man. Carries with it soul of so many trillions of animals, plants, and everything else. So if you look, when someone who does not see the physicality of the earth and its content, what do they see? They see a galaxy with so many beautiful lights shining, each one according to their strength, each one according to their position. An infant has a beautiful soul, so has the old man. To those who do not see the physical dimension of this planet, but they see the strength of the field, we are clusters of stars. The human race, every single soul, no one from a distance sees that's the soul of a fisherman, that's the soul of the cosmologist, that's the soul of the president. They all shine irrespective of the physicality. This is the magic. This is what the new science has to bring to man. When we look to our soul, we see nothing but a star in the other souls. And this is the break. This is the understanding. This is what all these teachings are about. Coming to mature to the next level, to understand in the deep space, the universe is the oyster for those souls who serve. Then man is ready to go into space. Then man is ready to become part of the universal community which has been promised. I never promised you heaven. I always promised you the elevation of the man to join the family. And now you have the key. It's you who has to open the door to understand, if I can raise the soul of these people or millions of other souls, that the physical life on this planet changes, then I'm worthy to be part of the universal community. To be there to serve, to expand. To be there, to be part, that in the cycle of life of universe, I become, in being part, I become part of the totality. When man reaches that point, a new dimension in the strength of the soul of the man will appear, which is beyond imagination of understanding of the physical life. It's the gate to the opening of the new life, in a new dimension, which is beyond imagination of what you might call a new beginning, a new cycle. Which that cycle carries with itself the origin of the creation of life in the universe. is the elevation of the soul to serve become the key, not a throne of the physical life. The time is right. The time has come for the man to go through this process.
Hello and welcome everyone to the 65th One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace. It's Tuesday, February 5th, 2019. I'm your host today, Rick Crammond. You also have Flint Mulhausen in the background as well. And of course, we have Carolina Keshe as our main presenter and what would you say, our host of the One Nation, One Planet, One Race for the last 64 of these programs. Carolina, are you ready to begin today's show?
Yes, Rick, we are present. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. As usual, I hope you have your nice pot of coffee or tea so that we can start. Rick, I think we are ought to bring our wishes out for the Chinese community. I give you the honor, please.
Okay, just a second here.
You still there, Rick?
Yeah, just a second here. I have to just get that.
Okay, thanks.
It should be up here now. Okay, you should see the document up there now. And let me make it maybe a bit bigger. Okay, so you want to, you'd like me to put down a wish for the Chinese New Year? Is that the idea, Carolina?
Yes, we're going to create for the New Year for China. It's the year of the pig. So whoever has a little bit of background on the calendar, the Chinese calendar of the New Year, so we wish them, I think it will be appropriate to wish them all the best with the one road, one belt. that will be a big adventure for this year.
So is the wish from knowledge seekers to the Chinese people, or how would you like to frame that? Is it to all the people? It's not to just the Chinese government, right? Or how do you want to frame it, present it?
Anybody, any ideas? Chao maybe, if Chao is present.
Don't see him right now.
We wish the Chinese people a happy new year and all the prosperity for the One Belt, One Road, One Belt project.
Is it one road, one belt? Is that the way it goes?
Yeah. One road, one belt.
Instead of all the prosperity, how can we say that?
Or one belt, one road. I do not know exactly how it's one belt, one road. I think it goes the other way around, Rick.
We call it one belt, one road program.
It has to be for the one belt, one road project. And for.
For, not from, but for the.
Yep. Yep.
Now, Doug mentioned it's the year of the little pig saved by plasma. I wonder if we can should be working.
That's appropriate.
It's the actual year of the pig. Is that correct? Wow. Okay. Yep. That's pretty significant. How can we work in a happy new year of the pig? Should we put that in, or would that make sense?
We can make it the second one. In a way, we reverse the conditions of the, as it is the year of the pig, we reverse the conditions for the pigs.
Could you clarify that a bit? As it is the year of the pig, we reverse the condition, I think was part of it.
Or as it is the celebration of the year of the pig.
We set the intention, or we work to reverse the condition.
Come on, knowledge seekers. We can make something beautiful for these two topics for the new year for the Chinese community. Anybody, any ideas?
Maybe instead of reversing the condition, which is kind of...
Or create.
Yeah, something about creating a healthier pig, a more...
Happy.
Right.
Happy.
We work to make pigs happier around the world. Something like that, with that spirit of progressive, helpful,
uplifting.
Yeah.
Anybody, any hints to add to it, please?
It's like we are in gratitude to the pig and what the pig has given us.
Can somebody look it up, what the meaning is for the pig, that at least we understand what it means in the Chinese calendar?
That's a good idea.
Maybe we can add the text for what it stands for and bring it up to that level. I know you're an expert in research, Rick.
Okay, well, let's bring it up here in our good old friend Wikipedia, our good old non-copyright friend Wikipedia here.
And I see that Yvonne has put a block in the chat room, and maybe to explain better to people the way what this wish stands for, to add that block then under the Happy New Year wish. Can you read it, Rick, what this is for?
Oh, yeah, it's... I'm not sure what CGTN is. Is that the... let me see, I must guess at China's something television network, perhaps? So I'm not sure what I'm reading. Am I just reading a copyrighted thing from a TV network? Is that what we're reading?
And the legend, what does the legend say about the pig in the zodiac?
Just a minute. That's why we can't have links like that, because they're... Right, this is a copyrighted stuff. I don't know if I want to... That's the description of the YouTube, actually. Oh, we should be able to... Yeah, I guess we can probably... I just wonder if it's copyrighted from the news. Yeah, it's a news network. I don't really want to...
Can you read it?
Yeah, I guess we can... I guess we can read it. It's copyrighted, but we should be able to read it and not get in trouble, I guess.
Okay.
It's
a referral.
Pardon me?
It's referring to inside knowledge what the pig is about, the pig year.
Oh, that's a different link. I'm looking at the One Belt, One Road link initiative information from Yvonne. What are you looking at? Some other link from Yvonne?
No, I'm looking at what you put on the screen.
Well, I was directed into the link from Yvonne, and that's what I've been looking at for the last couple of minutes here. So I thought you wanted me to read that. Or you want me to read the Wikipedia? Is that what you're talking about?
I thought we got confused. What Ivana wrote was the explanation what One Belt, One Road stands for to go in our wishing packet. But if it is copyright, just read it for us, please, because it might.
Yeah, that might be better.
Yeah, it will bring a lot of clarity in what One Belt, One Road means for that wish to be there. And don't forget to put the date to it, please.
Okay, then I'll also have to put in, and we'll have to put this in the, we'll have to give a link, and we'll have to explain where this quote came from, because it's directly off of a news network's YouTube site, and it's their published information. So when it gets, when this all gets transcribed or whatever, then it's going to be the same as having it.
And that cannot be done.
Well, without the proper explanation where it comes from. We have to have the link to the TV network, and we have to have the where it came from, and just explain that. Like I say, I didn't know what CGTN was, and now I see it's some kind of news network. I'm still not sure which one it is, and so on. So this is the kind of links that we don't really need, because it's too prioritized. As soon as this comes out, it'll be picked up by Google. Google will recognize it as belonging to CGTN, and then if they want to push it, they could decide to hold our video and say that, sorry, we don't want your video put out. Not likely, but they might. Okay, there's a better Wikipedia link here, so let's maybe go to that first, and then we'll explain that One Belt thing. Thanks, Yvonne, for that other link.
Thank you.
And
well,
okay, so hello, Mark?
Yeah, I'll add something later if you'd like, but I worked on that policy.
Oh, yeah?
Before it actually came into fruition, which was the opening up the old Silk Roads, which was to connect Western Europe with the Near East and the Far East. And these were the old Silk Road paths with the high-speed rail and so on. And originally it came out of the idea of what President Lincoln had, which was I think his development secretary, Mr. Simpson or so on. Stimson, I'm not sure. But anyway, it was to connect all the nations together. Now, this project was looked at in like 18 whatever. And you connect at the Bering Straits, which has a 70-mile gap there, which you make a tunnel or so on, which is being explored now. And you connect all the nations together on a high-speed rail route. And the maps are there. You know, I used to hand them out to people and so on. But it's a beautiful project, and it's like, I don't know how many millions, 50 million jobs. I mean, huge, just huge. And it's for cooperation and collaborations among the nation states. And it's elevating the man in the matter state by producing, you know, all-weather roads, water management systems, the whole gamut of what a country should, in the modern day, should be like. But basically, cooperation, collaboration among the nation states.
Great, thank you, Mark. And you can see the map there that sort of shows the basic routes that'll be covered. And you can see that it does mention about the Silk Road and so on, about the different routes for road and rail transportation and all of that. If people want to look into it more, there's lots more information on the Wikipedia site. Maybe we could just drop that link into the chat. Oh, well, we already have that from Ivana. I can put it in the live stream chat, though.
And one of the main things you do with a rail system is you open up a landlocked area. For example, that's how the United States developed. When you put a rail in, you get cities springing up along the way. And on the rail, you can bring in the shovels or the seeds and so on. And when the rail leaves, you can put the wheat or the crops on the rail. So by having a rail program, you can open up new areas of the land for living and so on. The other thing it does is it speeds up. Most of the transport is done by ocean, which is slow and rather cumbersome. And so with a high-speed rail, you can move people and freight real rapidly. China has done phenomenal things like taking trips that used to be 22 hours down to 11 across the country and so on with these rails. And the benefit is you get all the employment out of it. You're putting the people to work in these countries, learning skills. It's a totally elevating, but again, in the matter state.
Okay, well, thanks for that background. Appreciate that. Okay. Is there any questions or other comments on the Belt and Road Initiative? Or shall we go back to the other topic here, perhaps? Okay, let me switch screens. Back to our pig zodiac from the Chinese calendar. I can read what's here on that. Okay, so the pig is let me make it a bit bigger for people, perhaps. Pig is the 12th of the 12-year cycle of animals which appear in the Chinese zodiac, related to the Chinese calendar. In the continuous sextagenary cycle of 60 years, every 12th year corresponds to Hai, the 12th of the 12 earthly branches. This recurring 12th year is commonly called the year of the pig. There are 5 types of pigs named after the Chinese elements. In order, they are metal, water, wood, fire, and earth. These correspond to the heavenly stems. Thus, there are 5 pig years in every sextagenary cycle. For example, in the year 2019, the earthly branch is the 12th Hai, and the heavenly stem is the 6th Ji. The Chinese New Year in 2019 is February 5th. This corresponds, which is today, by the way, this corresponds with the beginning of both the sexagenary year of Ji Hai and also the zodiac year of the Earth Pig. In the Japanese zodiac and the Tibetan zodiac, the pig is replaced by the boar. In the Dai zodiac, the pig is replaced by the elephant. And in the Gurung zodiac, the pig is replaced by the deer. The pig in the Chinese zodiac legend. According to the myths, the pig was the last to arrive when the Jade Emperor called for the great meeting. Other sources said that the Buddha called for a great meeting when he was about to leave the earth. The pig came in last. Legend has it that just as the emperor was about to call it a day, an oink and a squeal was heard from a little pig. The term lazy pig is due here, as the pig got hungry during the race promptly stopped for a feast and fell asleep. After the nap, the pig continued the race and was named the 12th and last animal of the zodiac cycle. Other sources say that given his very stout form, he was just too slow a swimmer, and thus he could not do anything against the other animals. The natural element of the pig is water. Whoops. Just wanted to highlight the natural element of the pig is water. Thus, it is commonly associated with emotions and intuitions. Yet, given that along with the elements called the celestial stem, the animal zodiac called the earthly stem also follows a cycle, each of the elements affect the characteristics of the same earthly stem. However, the pig is yin, and thus only the negative aspects of the elements can be attached to them. Thus, only 5 kinds of pigs are found in the zodiac. They are the following, which we've covered: the wood pig, the fire pig, the earth pig, the metal pig, and the water pig. And it goes on to list the years of the pig. If you were born in the years listed here, you would be part of these.
Can you find out what it brings as a good fortune?
Okay. Okay, it goes on to describe more about its relationship with other signs. The pig belongs to the 4th trine of the Chinese zodiac. It is most compatible with the rabbit. The gentle and sensitive goat is most compatible with the pig. 2 pigs can get along well with each other. It is said that the relationship between these 3 archetypes work best as they strive for asceticism, beauty, and a more philosophical and intellectual approach in life. Their calm nature gives them great leadership abilities. They are artistic, refined, intuitive, intelligent, and well-mannered. These souls love the preliminaries in love and are fine artists in their lovemaking. The rabbit, goat, and the pig have been bestowed with calmer natures than the other 9 signs. These 3 are compassionately aware, yet detached and resigned to their condition. They seek beauty and a sensitive love. They are caring, unique, self-sacrificing, obliging, sensible, creative, empathic, tactful, and prudent. They can also be naive, pedantic, insecure, cunning, indecisive, and pessimistic. The snake is said to be incompatible with the pig and the opposite from that of the reserved and contemplative snake.
So, if we take the most beautiful elements out of this one belt, one road, which is going to emerge in a more public platform this year, as we know, and it is the year of the pig, so I think all the positive elements from the year of the pig will be reflected in this journey of the new year. And I think that's how the Chinese people are combining this in this sign of this year. And it is beautiful. Thank you very much, Rick, for your searching.
There's one sort of interesting note here that they put in, that some Chinese Muslims will say that they were born in the year of the high, which is the 12th and final year of the zodiac, to avoid saying the pig. This is because pigs are haram, which is forbidden to eat in Islam, and therefore Muslims consider pigs unclean. So it's a bit of a contradiction there in a way, I guess. they would say, they would be asked, were you born in the year of the pig? And they would say, no, I was born in the year of the high, to avoid saying the word pig, I suppose. So how would you like to put this into our
if you could
into our
take that,
document?
if you could take that positive note, I do not know where it was. It is
About their how they get along and so on.
Artistic, refined, intuitive, intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
And these souls love the primaries in love. Yeah.
Okay,
I think
that line, those two lines are good. We can take those.
Loves the preliminaries.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the word there. These souls love the preliminaries in love. They love the preliminaries in love. That's kind of a funny way to say it. Okay, let me go back to the other document and is that what you want to say? How can we incorporate this?
if we remove we, anybody adding to this wish? I noticed Dr. Gatwa has put something in the chat room. We wish the Chinese people around the world a happy new year and congratulate them for bringing about unity, peace, and prosperity with their One Belt, One Road project.
Yes, thank you, Gatwa. I think that would be appropriate, right? Does that make sense? We'll put that in instead.
Yep, that's why we are together.
Excellent, Gatwa. I didn't see that beforehand. Thank you. Okay, that's better. So you had the start as it is a celebration of the year of the pig.
I think maybe it might be a good idea to say, as it is the celebration of the year of the pig, we are present in supporting people born in the year of the pig. Yeah, So we are giving. What do you think?
Sorry, what was the last part you wanted to add there? We're present in supporting people born in the year of the pig.
Pig. And then it says what we are supporting, so that they will bring more or can display their artistic, refined intuition, intelligence. Or we can put it more, as it is the celebration of the year of the pig, we are present in supporting the year of the pig, not just the people which are born in the year of the pig. I keep an eye on the chat room. So as the chats are popping up, what is coming, I try to add your input to the wish. So I appreciate your chatting. It's not mine, it's coming from one of the knowledge seekers, Rick.
Mm-hmm.
So we wish the Chinese people around the world a happy new year and congratulate them for bringing about unity, peace and prosperity with the One Belt, One Road project. And as it is the celebration of the year of the pig, we are present in supporting the year of the pig. I do not know how I can connect it to the one, what is below. Ah, yeah, and all your wishes, oh, the chat just disappeared, just 1 second. And all your beautiful wishes in this year of the pig, we confirm with you. That's coming from Mark Carlton.
Okay, put that in maybe here.
Carolina?
Yeah.
Hi, this is Jamila speaking.
Jamila, good evening.
Good evening. Good evening all. Good afternoon or morning. I just was thinking about something you are saying. I relating to what you say. So what if we think that this year, this is a new year, there is no limitation of frontier for the year. So it's big year, of course, but as we are one soul, why not consider that it's we are of course supporting Chinese communities, but what if we consider that it's also global, big year for everyone? This beautiful definition of the year of the pig is valid or is also for all people. I don't want
Very
to be
idea.
inclusive or you understand what I mean. So as we are one nation, so one soul, so it's our year, our big year as well.
So maybe we need to wish all people around the world a happy Chinese New Year, or do you want to leave that alone?
It's like inclusive, you know, you bring it, it's like a two hands open, you know, bringing to everybody. It's like an inclusive, an invitation and sharing. I mean, find a word that you bring along the blessings of.
Exactly. We are not separating.
What if we put, as it is the celebration worldwide, the year of the pig. We are present in supporting the year of the pig. And all your beautiful wishes in this year, we confirm with you.
Sorry, say that again. Did you change that one somehow?
I said, as it is worldwide or global, the celebration of the year of the pig, we are present in supporting the year of the pig, and all your beautiful wishes in this year, we confirm with you. And then we have people that we should remove the year of the pig is or stands for, the year of the pig stands for, hello Rick.
Yeah. Oh, you want me to
the third block, the year of the pig stands for or carries the attributes or stands for, the year of the pig carries the attributes of being artistic, refined, intuition, this will be a year of lovemaking, huh?
Yeah, I don't know if we want to put that last sentence in there. Kind of.
Yeah, you can. It is so important. Why
that's when
we could not?
The population triple.
Every 12 years, the population triples.
We will see that next year.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
please,
okay, well, we could put that in there. You want it added like that then?
Thank you. Somebody wants to read it, please, to see if it makes sense. Does it make more sense for you, Jamila?
Yes, it is. Yeah, thank you.
You want to read it?
Me?
Yes, please.
I let Rick read it, please.
Okay, Rick, go ahead.
Okay. We wish the Chinese people around the world. We wish the Chinese people around the world a happy new year and congratulate them for bringing about unity, peace, and prosperity with their One Belt, One Road project. As it is the global celebration of the Year of the Pig, we are present in supporting the Year of the Pig, and all your beautiful wishes in this year we confirm with you. The Year of the Pig carries the attributes of being artistic, refined, intuitive, intelligent, and well-mannered. These souls love the preliminaries in love and are fine artists in their lovemaking. Okay.
I am present.
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 My soul is always present.
I am present.
Okay, very good. And how would you like to progress from here, Carolina? I hear you poking on your pad there. Or some sort of...
I'm sorry.
There's some kind of energetic...
I'm back on the road map. It's because I'm already posting the wish out.
Mm.
I'm always multitasking, you know.
Yes.
I think the Universal Council members have some presentations ready for us. Moshfak, I think you can start if you want to, please.
Hi, this is Moshfak. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Now that we have the wish of lovemaking and making the planet more populated, and the Chinese or Indians that their part in it already, so we have to think about how to grow our food as well. So, as Mr. Keshe has been talking about the agriculture part of. Maybe it's time for us to not only wish, but be active in making this wish a reality. So one of the things that we can do is that as Keshe Foundation gradually becomes more public, it's not that it becomes more public, it's all of us, knowledge seekers and everybody listening to this are involved in it. So, as you know, that one of the things we are doing is we are working towards this direction. One is through education, for example, the teaching curricula that is being prepared, in particular at this time in Brazil. And another effort is to bring agriculture to various parts of the world. So how do we go about making this more public? So before we go further, is there any ideas and suggestions from anybody? Our task is to make Keshe Foundation, perhaps in this case, through agriculture, more public, because there is a need for it. And in doing so, we address the various issues that are harmful to our soil, plants, plant life form, and us as well, and other beings living on this planet. I'll give you an example from the area where I live. We have been using various fertilizers and weed killers for making a lot of crops for all the people we have in this part of the world. One of the ramifications of this is that the fishes in the rivers are no longer as plentiful as they used to be. And they're becoming smaller in size because of large use of these kind of ingredients in our plantations. And as we know from the Knowledge Seekers Workshop last Thursday, we not only grow more food with the plasma application of plasma, we also change our environment in a big way, because many of these pollutants that are being used not only to grow crops, but to get, but in a way making us unhealthy as well, and other life forms like the fishes that I just talked about. So how do we, I would like to hear suggestions from people. How do we go about implementing this? Yes, we need to talk to the government. So that's a obvious thing, but so any suggestion of starting the process? For example, how do we contact the government? What else do we need to do to prepare for this? Anyway, I'll stop here and let everybody suggest things that can be helpful in carrying out this task. And we all are in it together, us as knowledge seekers and the people of the planet as well, everybody, our family, friends, whoever we know. Let's hear some suggestions or anything that may help here.
Was that Mr. Keshe yawning?
Yes, I thought I heard a new voice coming
listening.
in. You were more than listening. We caught your yawn.
No, I'm just listening. I'm just listening.
You don't want to comment yet?
No. I'm just, I don't have to talk every time I come.
Mm-hmm.
I can come in a hidden number without anybody knowing. But
you need an alias, perhaps, a different name.
I have an alias number. Nobody knows I can come in, but I thought I'll just come in without the alias number.
Okay, well...
if I may, Moshfek, probably the first thing is a covering letter that could be drafted to cover the scientific data and can be presented to local agricultural groups and local government groups and so on. It could be a pack of information delivered to the secretary or whatever, and then passed on to the person in charge, and then it may go up. But if the data is in the pack and the covering letter is properly penned, it should move up the system, and every government knows they're in trouble. We have huge fish kills in Australia recently because of as you said, the pesticides, and people aren't saying that, but it is. It's the pesticides and the other fertilisers and all the rest of it. And every government in the world is in trouble at the moment. So if a nice covering letter is written and a pack of data is delivered to the correct people, it will be probably not a long time before there's a reaction and requests are made to go further. Can we please speak with someone? Is there facilities? Can we do tests ourselves as a government organisation? We will offer you so many acres of land. And that's already highly possible, as Mr. Keshe said. Whenever there's a positive response, there will be all the resources of the Keshe Foundation will be put into action, and the results will speak for themselves.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead, Estella.
Um, I, so we all the seekers we are present here. I think all we have intentions to bring this knowledge at all levels, and all the different levels have different ways of communication. And what I see is like we need tools. If it's institutional in the formal way, like you said, there's written letters with attached technicals, papers attached, and at the lower level, which I think is the most important one, at the people's level, because the people are the ones that have the will to change. Because when you're sick or you're hungry and you don't have the means to go and buy the right food, because you can, heal through the right food, but in this case we have a scarcity of food is without pesticides. So I think we need tools to, like, for example, if I want to go and make a presentation in a, like they say, for me would be a local farm organization, or the organic people or the communities, to have like a simple PowerPoint or a little movie that's 5 minutes long, and I will also have the technical papers. But basically, I can do an introduction, but then put the movie where the right presenters describe the technology, how it could be implemented, and that would be a good way to start a communication, and then give the websites or have a specific page that is organized in a way people can go through the self-education and implementation of the technologies, and have a team that is support to this new way of channeling or communicating. So it has to be like a big planification, because the success is like communicating, but also providing the support to people easily can get informed and motivated to implement the technology and start trying. So and having these tools, it release the stress, until, because it takes time until you get well, in communicating, presenting, and opening, new links or new interactions with people. So that's the only thing I want to say.
Rick, this is Moshfik. Can we create a document where we put these suggestions down, and like as Doug has suggested, a letter and supporting material, and then we have the suggestion of creating a presentation with PowerPoint or video. So if we have these listed of these things that that are being suggested, we can create a list like this, and then have people volunteer to create. Any of us can be part of that process, and then it gets created, and then we can use the material everywhere and improve it along the way. So if we can create a document, that will be great. So one is the
what do you
letter.
mean create a document where would you want to put it?
List the tasks, right?
Yeah, put bullets, like little bullets, like simple.
Yeah, like
where do you want this document put? Do you want it part of the document we're already working on here?
no, it
our
should be a
wishes.
separate document. It should be a separate document.
Separate document. Okay, then.
It's like brainstorm. We're doing a brainstorm of ideas. So basically, we're gonna have 20 bullets, and then we're gonna clean up the bullets and select the best ideas. It's a co-creation of minds.
Let me just start I guess a text document or something. We'll have to find a place to put it where people can access it, or else maybe it'll just be a temporary document, let's say. And we can work on it just here. Okay, so okay, let me get that shared here. So, okay, what do you want to call the document? I have a list of UC suggestions, but that's not best.
Just call it brainstorm.
Or plasma application in agriculture.
Yeah.
That's the topic we are dealing with specifically here. So let's be specific a little bit. And then we add whatever the suggestions are, and then find out how we can use these suggestions and modify them and make them better.
Okay, now we're on track. So what was the first one again?
A cover letter.
Doug, why don't you go? You had two items specifically, I remember. One is the letter and one other is the research material.
Yep. So a package of information, including a covering letter explaining the general outline, and then all the available data, that comes from the proven experiments and the results and so on. But I don't know if that has to be said.
Well, it does need
Can
these things.
I say something?
This is the thing about it, because Mr. Keshe has talked about this before. That's special information and so on.
Right.
Go
ahead. Yes, please, Mr. Keshe.
There is such a document already exists. Jim and Lisa have done that. It's a PDF file and already exists regarding agriculture, for introduction to agriculture. The way, if anybody wants to do it, what we've done, and this is a professional way to do it. The people who want to submit it to governments or to officials, to give it to a local printer to make a proper booklet presentation, not papers printed. I've seen people just print the document and just take it. It costs maybe €3, €4, or €5. They can put it the same cover page, bound it. You can make 10, 20 copies, and it works. This is the way the government and officials take you seriously. Even there has to be a certain amount of professionalism about how you present it. Any documents, anybody who wants to go in the path of with any documents of the Agricultural Keshe Foundation needs maybe the management of the Keshe Foundation has to look into the way we sell books to put these brochures for sale, agriculture, made hard copy presentation, or you do it in your own language because we don't have all the languages. When you translate it, do not give or put papers in a folder and give. Governments have no value for it, especially at high level. The presentation sells, gives the technology if you plan to leave something behind somebody to look at. There is a dossier document agriculture, but the most effective way is you're going to leave it, take your name, have a name, a telephone number. You can call back and refer to what happened to what I gave. In a short time, in next 2-3 weeks, there will be a structure behind agriculture internationally. You will hear in a coming time. And everything can be coordinated through this structure. A lot of people past couple of weeks since we spoke with agriculture have been getting in touch with the webmaster or others. Can we have the documents we want to? It won't happen. Especially at the level the information we have is governmental level, is not for public, just pick it up and put it anywhere. You establish the line with the government, then we take over to do it professionally for you or with you. There's a clear decision making that we will not give just, we heard people want to join the agricultural private teaching. It will not happen unless you are agriculturist or you have something to do in there. It's the same as with the medical. I want to translate the medical and teach. You cannot, unless you're a professional doctor, a PhD, a medical doctor certificate, we don't want you to do it. Indians have a very good saying, Neem Hakim Khatarja, means half doctor is dangerous to life. This is not, we wanted to, if you establish the first line, we back it up. And we can do it, we can get it done properly, and we advise how to do it. Dr. Gatwa is the head of the agriculture of the Keshe Foundation, and you have other people. There's a structure around it getting set up that we would like you to establish members of Universal Council or the people who are here or with agriculture, that we are the Keshe Foundation. We have such a technology. This is our website, and if they want a brochure, we can give it to you in English. You have to translate it. But when it comes to technical part of what it does, the way it's done, you need the support of the people who know what they're doing. Even you translate. I attend many agriculture conferences with translators. So this is the way we see it. There is a lot of changes coming up. We would like you to establish the link with the governments, your governments, agricultural division, people who are influential in agriculture can make decisions. It might take you to go to big nations, to ministries or whatever, local government agriculture. You can establish local government. Our target is to go into national level than teaching. Yeah, we still teach the little farmers, people who like to test it. It's there, it has to be. We always work from the grassroots. But agriculture now has to go in the national level. There are 3 families who control 80% of the world grain. All the grains, wheat, rice, everything else which goes with it, is controlled by 3 families. It's a mafia of the grains. And all 3 operate out of United States. And they've carved this agriculture to themselves. We are not dealing with little structures. So the way to handle it, these people would not lose their territory. And this is how, through grain, they influence the policy. So you have to go to the government so you can increase the farmers' production. And this is why we suggested last week, go through agriculture ministries, agricultural farming, and that they can show, they can control, and they build you up and you build up with the farmers and the rest. We are doing it now with a number of countries and it's working perfectly. But now it's in the hands of Universal Council. These brochures about agriculture, introduction, I know in a one form or another exist. You don't need to spend your time on it. I think if we have Ella in the background or somebody from agriculture, Jim has done something. I have seen such a document with agriculture. Let me see if I have it in my file. Maybe I can put it up. Just give me a minute. We have such a thing that's been made.
Mr. Keshe?
Yes, we have it here. It's in front of me. Just 1 second, please.
Hi.
It's an extensive document with experiments. It's part of the Keshe Foundation, KF SSI, with all the pictures. Everything is done by Dr. Gatwa and Jim. Dr. Gatwa, is Dr. Gatwa on the team?
Yes, good evening, Mr. Keshe, I'm here.
Good evening, Dr. Gatwa. Dr. Gatwa, this is all the experiments done. This is a beautiful brochure. You cannot print it. If you print it, you devalue it. It has to be given to be done in a brochure in a very perfect way. It's full scientific data on it. It's one of the most complete documents we have. It's 131 pages of it. It's very, very extensive. Covers every aspect of the trials, which is done up to about a year ago or 8 months ago in different countries. How am I going to bring it out that you can see it? I'll show you the picture, the front picture. Maybe that's the best way to do it. This is the list of chapters on it. If you get in touch with your people, wherever they are, then we can support it. You don't need to spend time doing this. Can I share a screen, please?
Yeah, you should be able to share there, I believe.
Do it. Okay, let me mark it and you can see it. It's a perfect package, it's done. This is the front page of it. Keshe Foundation Agriculture, Decontamination of Food. This is the, what do you call it? The index. Everything in it is covered. Agricultural Keshe plasma technology, food shelf safety, plants growing in winter with plasma, Keshe Foundation products, and everything else, certification. This thing has already been done, so you don't need to put your time on it. Find a way. Kenya, US, Austria, Philippines, Togo, Ghana. All the experiments has been gathered here, and it's all like this, beautifully presented. This is Dr. Katwa's. This is the type of document. It's 131-page document, and it has to be brochured, and then somebody has to translate in the language you want to give it. It goes into every detail. What I think Dr. Gatwa and Jim has spent a lot of time doing this. Everything is shown that the government officials can see. It's full structure, and some of this, most of this you've seen in the presentations, or it's been taught in private teachings with agriculture. I'm trying to take some more snapshots of everything. This is scientifically. Oh, it says this document was done by Ella. Okay, got it. To do with the strawberries, growing up, other things, ananas in Africa. It's all well documented. It's ready to go.
So, Mr. Keshe, would this be available to the public or just to the governments?
We would like it. You see, once a paper like this, when it goes in the hand of the public, gets devalued, they just splash it everywhere. This is what we don't want to do. This is part of what actually Foundation does not want to happen. We don't want to control it. People go there, they establish the line. We go in, we build it up. It's you can introduce the technology. There's nothing wrong with it, but one of the concerns we have, people are too enthusiastic, and in that process, they don't actually carry what the value of the technology is. This is one of our problems.
So that document wouldn't be available for people to present. That would be for the Keshe Foundation to present to a government agency or to some country's officials. Is that the idea?
Yes, this is how we want to do it. This is, you see, it's a fully experiment. All the experiments are there. It's when we go through it, everything is the process is laid out. Here says this document is done by Ella. Some of the text planning shows there is no growth. It doesn't matter. It's a part of the documentation of the Keshe Foundation presentation. But we have documents which we come to back, which is endorsed documents by the government. It's about 100 pages. It shows the emotion of the farmer, how much water, when, the time, the name. It's a scientific data collected. How much is grown, and then Agricultural Ministry has endorsed it. They've been there the day of the harvest. Then it's been, the seed has been analyzed from protein to silica to poisons. It cost a couple of $1 million to do it. And it's been done for wheat, rice, corn, and two materials which is made, we are not used to it in the West, but they use it in the East. It's very highly, it's made for United Nations documents as part of the World National Food Security. and it's got a seal of the national government officers on it. That's where we want to come in, because these things are what we done. These documents we carry it's some seeds you don't even know. This is like a grass. It grows around about 8 centimeters a day. It's oil producing seed, and it grows to around about 8 meters. We do a lot of these things. Roots, we are testing on all sorts of agricultural products. These are certified. This is what I said last time. We need to work that your documentation is certified. Oh, we done it. Do you have anybody tested? You lose your value. Even if you want to do it in the greenhouse or whatever, large greenhouse, or showing to people what it does, get government involved. Local farming, governmental organization that they monitor and they agree with you in writing that they do it. But this document is already available. It's been done. It's totally ready to go.
Okay, well, what would be the best procedure for people? Say someone might have some contacts in government and they are sort of maybe already contacted them. How do they hand it off to the Keshe Foundation?
Agricultural team has an email. Dr. Gatu can give you the agricultural. Every agriculture has an email of itself. Soon, all the emails in Keshe. I was just talking before I come on. I was talking to the webmasters. They want to change all the emails. Anybody who has an email with the Keshe Foundation is going to change into a new structure of the Keshe Foundation. And then at the moment you write it to this agriculture, I think Stanley is a Stanley behind somewhere. I know he's listening. But we have a Dr. Gatwa, what's the agricultural email?
It's agriculture@kfssi.org.
Okay.
I'll write it in the chat.
Yes, please. So you write there, you made a contact, and when it gets to governmental level, I personally get involved. If you open channel in agriculture or health, it comes at the end of it, if it's on the official level, ends up on my table. Because then we open some documents which immediately we can do a lot of things, we don't go public with it. That we know it'll be done. That's why we said you will stay responsible. It's the way it's done in Brazil with medical and the university. The people who started it, they become part of it, they become in charge of it, and they stay with it. It's not just introducing and walking away.
Mr. Keshe, can I ask a question?
Yes, please. I'm going away, then you can discuss properly. Come and ask question.
It's for you. Hi, Mr. Keshe, this is Jamila. My question is about agriculture and European. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think that many countries in Europe have centralized agriculture with Europe, so they are not independent in the choice. So maybe I am wrong. I don't know, but as far as I heard, Minister of Agriculture, for example, in France or in the European countries, are linked to European laws. So How can we approach that?
There is one thing which is, I have to choose my word correctly. All the European countries at the moment are looking for food support, agricultural support. In the European Union, the agriculture and farming, which farming includes the animals and other bits than just growing, what do you call it, grains, have a huge problem, extremely huge problem. So they are trying to control as a whole, but at the same time they are very free. At the moment we have a land contamination with nitrogen, with nitrites, and it's getting worse. When you go to present about agriculture, is not that we have something which can grow. It's a total package. That's why we say we get involved totally. We can reduce the nitrite. You can produce the pesticides. We can control, to an extent, the herbicides. We offer reduction in the water demand. We offer, in a way, cleaning of the land from total nitrite within 3 to 5 years. We have data, but we don't go public. It's no good going public when people don't understand it, and it just complicates things. Part of this exercise, which we asked the Universal Council and the Keshe Foundation people worldwide to take us to the government, is the first process to work as a team. Secondly, you become responsible for your own language and your own nation. We have a lot of facilities through governments, it's not Keshe Foundation, which we work with to support what we do. But you go there, we tell you something, and then you go there and say blah, 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 blah. You said this, you said that. Whatever we say, we have documentation to show, and at the same time, we have to protect the interests of the Keshe Foundation worldwide. You will understand in the next few weeks exactly what I'm talking about. Keshe Foundation has totally changed in what you've seen in past 5 years, 10 years. It has changed beyond imagination in every dimension and direction.
Hello, are you still there, Mr. Keshe? Oh, I think we lost Mr. Keshe briefly. Lost his voice connection, that is. I think we still have him. Just bear with us a minute. I'm sure he'll be right back. While Mr. Keshe comes back, maybe we can work on the on this list of suggestions what to do with the plasma application in agriculture.
Got a couple of people there with their hands up.
Yes, just a second here.
Sorry about that. I fell out. So we try to back, but when you speak, we give you documents. You go and show even this agriculture document, which is available, does not cover the whole aspects. And EU is the same. European community at the moment has bigger problem just than grain and food. There's a bigger things roaming around in the background with a lot of other things. And for example, at the moment, European community pays billions to Russia to clean up the animal leftovers, what I call. It's a huge, huge problem. One of the problems at the moment we see in agriculture has to link up with the farming. We offer a comprehensive package to the government now that we are going in. Everything has been done in the background. There is a lot of antibiotic use, especially in Europe, for animal care. This is coming not only in the meat, in what they use to put the leftover of the animal back on the land as a fertilizer. And these antibiotics and these chemical chains link up with nitrogen as has entered in the food chain. The problem is huge. When now we are setting a package up for governments is to be able to circle the whole thing. You will see it. That's why I said, let us negotiate the government. You open the entries. We can go through diplomatic corps which we have set up. But this is for Keshe Foundation people to be able to deliver to their nations, and we support it as one nation than going to diplomatic side. There is a reason we ask for this to be done this way. When we go through the governmental offices, most of these offices, most of the scientists who are supposed to approve that this technology works, they already have a separate bank account where the pharmaceutical, where the fertilizer factory has already paid them a commission to block everything. We have established a way which overcomes all this. We don't disclose it. It's not, that's why we say, you established a way, we come in, and we know it's much more than just a fertilizer. We can grow more seeds. It's a comprehensive package. And in Europe, it's the best, one of the best grounds for us to operate. We have started operating in a gentle way, and in the next few weeks, we become very extensively heavy. It's not anymore we can grow seeds. It's a comprehensive solving all the problems in one package. And when you tell it to your government, they don't accept it. You start with the seed, you open the door, we deliver data, we deliver certified data, we deliver factory operation into whole operation. Because then through food, through operation of the plasma, through operation of environmental plasma, which we don't disclose public, we change the environment that there are no diseases. We have tested this. We produce food which eradicates a lot of illnesses. It's already going through trial cases. But the agriculture material which we produced last year, now this year is getting implemented as a medicine, without a medicine, but that's part of the food chain because it's certified. We have harvest which now we are implementing in that way to see the effect. Western Europe is breaking under the healthcare. They cannot pay the bills. Nations like France, England are literally breaking under this pressure of the national health, which has to come through the food operation and others. Through food, we can reduce cluster, we can reduce diabetic, we can use blood pressure. Everything checked. There's a lot of work is going in the background. So what we ask is you open the door as Keshe Foundation with agriculture. We can go through the diplomatic side, then we get trapped in everything else. And at the same time, it's part of the structure of governing. We bring the solutions, and our solution is the term science, technology, and the gains for peace. So I came especially to, I asked the Universal Council, and I see Wayne, what do you call it? Moshwak is putting it very correctly. They're putting a structure around this perfect, just bring it out. But when we can support, we support you, but at the same time, and this document is already available. So concentrate on the next, how you do it. Our advice to you is, this document, if you get a PDF of it, do not publish, do not release it in public. It's for what say your eyes only in a way. Get it done as a brochure, not as a leaf with just papers printed. It has a big value, how you present the technology from now on. We have to step up. You will understand very, very soon why we have to step up. And that's why we are controlling it, because when we go the way we are going, if you go like this, you just devalue the operation, what is set up to be. So you want it to get translated, you translate it, we check it, if it's everything's okay, get it printed as a beautiful brochure, as a document with a glossy package. When they hold it, it has a value. KF SSI, we own the logo. We'll stop everybody else using it very soon. I'm going to implement it. Once we set up what we're setting up, we own exclusivity of KF SSI. It's registered logo, and I own it in my personal name. It was bought by Renan and it was gifted to me as part of the Keshe Foundation. We'll enforce it. Nobody else will be able to use it. And wherever we use this label, should give surety as everything is perfect. And it's correct. And it's a label you can trust. Doesn't matter in agriculture, in health, in space, and everything else. And Universal Council members stand behind it to be developed and to be spread. Because I've seen people, we give document to them, just go to the up somewhere, print it, and just give it, and just put something on top of it. This is not the way Keshe Foundation FSSI will operate from now on. We've done a lot of work. Now it's time is to, what do you call it, to bring it home properly. Establish a line with your agricultural people. If you want to teach it private, people come and do, all has to be done from both ends. This is how we brought this technology from grassroots up. Now it's from the top to control, perfectly done to go down. And agriculture is not anymore just putting some GANs and the wheat grows. You have to show the beauty of the technology in totality. No fertilizer, no pesticides, no contamination of nitrites, reduction in the food, reduction in harvest time. This is very important for a farmer. Reduction in harvest time. If we can reduce the harvest time by 30 to 45 days, a farmer can have a second harvest. Increasing production by 50%, 100% increases his income. But the rapid deployment of the land before winter will change everything for him. He has a short-term harvest. A lot of farmers now, when they grow finished rice, it's finished because it's too long. It's 160 days. They have 175 sunny days. You reduce it to 140 days, 130 days. He can grow cabbages. He can grow greens, which they need only 40 days, 45 days to complete. People do not understand what we got into with this agriculture, because I monitor it. I'm daily involved in agriculture. Every day on my table in the office, I see how it comes, what it is, how it's going affected. Because then when you have a shorter time, you use less water. You have a taller harvest. One of the things which a lot of you, because you're not farmers, you don't understand agriculture, it's not the fruit on the top which you collect as rice, which is the profit. The straw, the foliage. Now we have a process that usually farmers burn the straw from the rice, or whatever they do with it cannot be fed to animals. Now we have a technology which produces 30 to 33% oil from it. It's national oil security. It's no need to burn. You cannot explain that. We have the technologies in the hand of the Keshe Foundation with the scientists we work, that now the part they burn and it has no use for, or they use it for animals, creates more or less equal amount of finance as the harvest of the seed. The quality of the seed increases. That's why I say when we negotiate, you open the door, there is much more into agriculture. What we've done, we have revolutionized everything, and it should be a strength in you when you speak, but we deliver the data. Stamped, certified, world reputable laboratories confirming. Government agricultural units stamping it, this is how it's been done. It's not anymore just we go and show a grass, can come to the agricultural group we want to grow. You have lands which at the moment you cannot grow things. With this new technology, you can grow things. We grow wheat under the snow. I've developed a technology which I don't know if I have the pictures of it here. I can show you. We're growing Okay, I've got a message. I can see. Let me just check. I'll show you. We have developed technology can grow in winter harvest in open space. These are the ones. This is what we say. It's a matter of making 2 seasons out of 1 season. It's not on my. No, I don't have it on this one. I'll try to get it for you next time. So when you ask, can I join agriculture? We want you to go approach the governments, take it there. There you open, they want a brochure, they want anything. We supply. Keshe Foundation Agriculture Central Office will control everything. And then we set up structures. In the coming months, we invite governments, agricultural governments, to attend international conferences, which is run by the Keshe Foundation and the governments. When they come to an agriculture conference and they can see it on the international level, then it has a different dimension. We're setting up a team of Keshe Foundation specialists to negotiate in the conferences with the government officials in everything. Keshe Foundation has changed totally than what has been up to now. We become one of the most powerful organizations in many, many fields on our own and the backing of 2 or 3 nations. You will see, you will understand very, very soon. So a lot of, I hear webmaster tells me and that people want to get access and get into agriculture. Doesn't work this way. You open the door, ministers, agricultural committees, we take over. But this way, you start learning, the next step will be materials, the next step will be energy, the next step will be, the last thing we want to touch is health and medicine. They're selling whatever, we don't touch. We are not interested at this moment. Pharmaceuticals are one of the biggest robbery organizations. It's the biggest mafia for itself. We don't touch it because it's there. Agriculture, material, the next step for the Keshe Foundation, once you start establishing this, is production of materials. It's the new industrial revolution. And in the last teaching, I touched it in a very soft way about mining. The work of the Universal Council, like today, and the way I see you start doing it, is to bring all the Keshe Foundation team worldwide to start working to build a parallel structure to work with the present government. The decision is not yours, but the decision lays with the hand of the government. But you bring wealth to the farmer, they cannot do. You bring land, what do you call it, cleaning, they cannot do. You find an answer, people say, can you give us the water production for farming? There is a shortage. If you understand the technology, you understand you only need 30% moisture in the air to water your plant. If you understand no use of what do you call it, sunlight, There's a process which we are developing that the plants grow at night more than the daytime. These are the technology development which is coming through. And we can show it in the international conferences which is set up. We show technologies.
Mr. Keshe?
Yes.
Good afternoon. In terms of agriculture, for example, I don't know much about agriculture, but if I want to follow up on that in agriculture in Iran, so how can I go about it? I have to connect with the right
agricultural ministries, yes.
Okay.
You see, there is a problem. You cannot do it from outside in, because here the embassies and consulates, agricultural advisors are just a post box. But when you speak internally in Iran with agricultural organizations, government, they are the decision makers. I've said this before, it will become public. It is in public in certain places, people know. In next 2 months, we have over 600 and just about 1 billion square meter goes on the Keshe Foundation development on agriculture. Just about 1 billion square meter. It's huge. We developed different way of agriculture. We're developing new type of agriculture. And we don't go public with it. It's totally kept in where we are doing it. Even Dr. Katwa is not aware of what we do, because we have to set up these things. We have produced the highest level protein of any grains only seen in laboratories, in the open field farms. We changed the whole genetic. Any GMO we have no problem with. We encourage governments. American government is pushing through GMO. We're quite welcome. We have developed a process. We change the GMO to normal seed before it goes on the ground. They're happy they sold the seed. We are happy we get a good material. I work very closely with certain nations, and they keep the integrity of our work, and we respect their position. Monsanto can sell as many tons of GMO they like. We have no more fear of it. We've developed technology with many seeds, totally reversible. They can do it, no problem. Americans are happy they're selling GMO. We are happy we produce a raw material, perfect. Original genes. So please establish in any language your lines with your governments in agriculture. Then we have the other means to do it, and we can show a lot of other things that through agriculture can be established. We are backing different kind of projects. Even at the end of the straw, there's a lot of things you can do with. We go from leftover, whatever, at the end into electricity production. We go in the full energy conversion. The foundation, there is a lot of work done. And we are in charge of the destiny, and we show ourselves. We need just our team to put the act together in a couple of weeks. Another 2 or 3 weeks, you will understand. Establish how you're going to contact your governments, how you're going to do a strategy. The strategize, just don't go in. You get fed up after 2 or 3 places. You have to understand, you have to study. Whatever you do, spend a week, 2 weeks, read the structure of the agriculture in your country. Who is who? Where is the decision making? In most of the governmental organizations, the little ones never give anything up because to the top, because then there is no value for them. So when you target agriculture, you have to understand who you're talking to. You study the structure of the agriculture in your country. That is not how they do, who is the decision maker. It's no use talking to a lot of foot soldiers that they think they're very important, you never see to see the general. Spend 1 week, 2 weeks, study the structure of management of agriculture in your country. Instead of you spending a week to go to one guy, then the other guy, you find out who's responsible for one grain. And you go and say, I can change this grain. If you produce 100, I can produce to 120, 130. And the first thing is you don't need any fertilizer. They talk to you. If you go in the first place, you have to knock on the 4 or 5 different levels. You give up because it's not there. The success of any business you start is not to start a business, but to understand, study the market of the business. And where is the weak point that you have the advantage? And agriculture at the moment is bullet holes full of weaknesses. You spend 1 week studying, you have a spare time just on the internet, and don't get excited, I found something. See who's behind it next. Study the people you're going to talk to, which way they came. Most of the time, you see what they support. And then you know which organization, which pharmaceutical company they're supporting, paying their wages, their holidays. And then you strategize who you want to see. We've seen this perfectly with Romania in the past 2 or 3 weeks. They targeted directly where they wanted to go. They didn't waste time. Through the connection contact they had, they directly gone to where the next step is governmental decision making. You waste a lot of people at the bottom would not let you go up because then they lose their importance. But if you do that extra few days work to go to the top and you go and introduce yourself as a Keshe Foundation, we have this is what you need, just 2 or 3 points, and you make it very clear. I'm just here to give a message. I have a team which come behind. We come online, we spend an hour, 2 hours. Need to fly, I fly, or somebody from the Keshe Foundation flies to negotiate. Then we have a lot of other things to give. And this starts, as I said before, show that we can deliver and we are a power to be recognized with.
Mr. Keshe, I have a message from Dean here in the chat that he'd like to be called upon. He says he's going to meet with leaders from all over the world next Tuesday in agriculture. So maybe
Where?
maybe we could hear from him, and you can.
Please, that'll be nice.
Dean, do you want to go ahead?
You have to unmute me.
No, we can hear you. Can you go ahead? Do you have to unmute one of your two? Which one?
Mute my Alt A, Alt A, Alt. Where is Alt? Alt.
That one? Sorry, that one? I'm not sure what you want.
Okay, hello, can I be heard?
Yeah, we can hear you there.
Okay, fabulous. Mr. Keshe asked me where can I share a screen?
Yes, please.
Okay, so I can go to, where do I, can you have me share?
You have a green box arrow.
Yeah, I have, okay, let me see.
You press the green box arrow, but you have to first choose and then go to it. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Now I should be able to go and share a screen. Can I, let's see if this works. Because otherwise I can put a link in. Do you see my screen?
We see, I think, a sailing boat with the sunshine on it.
No.
Can you put share screen on me from your place?
We can't.
No, you have to share the screen. You have to get your screen ready first that you want to share, and then push the share button and select it.
Yeah, I already have that, and I don't see.
We see a picture.
Have you got to the file? You have to go.
Do you have? Yeah. Do you have the? Do you have your what you want to share open, ready to go first?
Yeah, it's already here. It's open.
Okay, then what happens when you push on the green share button?
Okay, I'm going to go back in there, and otherwise,
you got to go to Zoom.
Just send the file to one of us, and we'll share it.
Okay, I will do that. That's the easiest thing. So I'll just put it into the question and answer. Okay.
No, you can't put it in there. You have to send it to the Zoom chat.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
But not in the chat right in the Zoom here, but in the Zoom application, the separate chat that we have for various groups and people in the Zoom.
Are you part of any chat group of the Keshe Foundation?
No, I am not. I think you got that? Did you just?
Okay, then you'll have to send it in a different way, like through email or
so I didn't get
contact.
The question and answer. You didn't get that?
If you put on a question answer, we can pick it up, I presume.
If you have a link there, you can put it in. You can't put any pictures in, no.
No, I put a link.
Oh, okay. I see that.
And that's where I'm going to be. Now, I have a relationship with a lot of these people for over 20 years in agriculture.
Who are they?
This is the largest agricultural exposition in the world. It's the Tulare Ag Expo in California. And there are over 100,000 people who visit this every year. And it is, like I said, it's the largest agricultural convention in the world. And
can I go a different way? Is this all American organization?
No, they are not. It's like I have relationships with people from Africa and India and China. And
okay, what I recommend is please get in touch with our webmaster. Webmaster at keshefoundation.org.
Right.
Send your details to them. We get back in touch with you within the next 24 hours, 48 hours.
Oh, that would be great, because then I have
this
an
is
idea.
not something to discuss in public, and we have a different structure of work for this internationally.
Yes, I understand that, and a little bit of background on myself is I've been studying integration of agriculture and all sorts of things for a long time, and I grew.
Let's talk offline.
Okay. I will.
And then
do that.
most probably will join you with Dr. Gato and other people who are
Okay.
responsible for agriculture. And if we can use your expertise in advancing the technology, you're quite welcome to join us as part of the team.
Oh, I would love to, because
let's do it this way. We try to keep you off public domain. This is for a lot of reasons. Please send a message to webmaster at Keshe Foundation.
Okay.
Put there for my attention, agriculture. And then Dr. Gato or me, or we set up a meeting in the next 48 hours.
Okay.
Because it's next Tuesday. Dr. Gato is a lecturer of ex-lecturer at Yale University. He can, if it needs to come to a state, we can arrange something for him.
Okay, fabulous. Now,
but we can do it in a very different way.
Okay.
Different structures.
I'm going to rely on you, because
we call you very fast.
Yes.
If you send it to administration@keshefoundation.org, is here on the screen.
Right. Okay.
Administration@keshefoundation.org. This just copy pasted.
Okay, I will do that. Now
We'll get that to you very rapidly.
There's something else that I wanted to share with you that I think may be a way, because I was thinking how I'm going to, and I know we're going to get together and we're going to talk, and but I was thinking, what is an easy way? That's not what I want. Okay. On a business card with a link or a QR code or a barcode that directs a person to the PDF that you would want to be disseminated, that is something that I would think might be an idea for getting information out there professionally without having to have the printing of the brochures. Anyway, I will get in.
I understand. You mean using the documents as it is on the website. That's not a problem. It can be done.
Yeah, and I figured a business card, a nice card with Keshe Foundation Institute with the...
Oh, we have plenty of these cards. How would you like it to be done?
But, I don't know.
It's not a problem.
Yes, I understand.
It's not a problem. Let's talk. Thank you very much for your help.
Oh yes, I've been waiting for this for a long time.
We have an extensive development in agriculture.
And I have quite a bit of knowledge in agriculture, and I know lots of people.
Are you based in the U.S.?
I am in the Central Valley, the San Joaquin Valley of California.
Oh my God. Okay. We'll contact you in the next 48 hours.
Yes, and I'm going to meet with all of the universities and everything. They all are there. All the ags from all over the world are there. And I get to be there for 3 days.
I understand. Let's us do it properly.
Okay,
in the next 48 hours or so, we'll talk,
that.
and then we work on how we can collaborate. Thank you very much.
I am present. Peace be with you.
Thank you very much. This is the problem with a lot of agricultural groups, is that they see us as a threat, that they can lose what they have. And on the other hand, we have to strategize that my philosophy in business life has been not to fight or eliminate your opponents or your competitors, but to bring them in to become part of. And this is what the way we see it. And if we go and bash that we brought a new technology, there is nothing. We have to play what we call a carrot and a stick. That the governments will take side and we bring in new agriculture with their collaboration. A lot of people don't understand commercialization, having a new idea, to be able to market it is very difficult. But it's very easy to find a friend, associate with, share with, and use the marketing they already established. And it saves you 10 years of work. A lot of people think I'll have the 100% of the cake, but I put a lifetime in it. People like me, we prepare 10, 20% of the cake, but it's done tomorrow and I can make 10 more cakes to share.
Mr. Keshe?
Yes.
Estela here. I'm in Sacramento area, and I work in lighting. I'm a lighting designer, and I worked 3 years in the past and in sales and specification. And the conventions is the environment where, like Dean said, you meet people, from different places, or local or international, and they really show the latest of the latest. So professionals go there to get educated what's going on, and the business cards idea is a great way to, you talk to people, even if it's 10 seconds, you exchange cards, and then people go and and they analyze, they go and check who's this company. The process that you describe as knowing your network is very important, but it's done in that way. And I think it's important, like you said, approach the institutions and the government, but spreading the word and the knowledge in the convention, in that environment where there are professionals and people that work in the agriculture. It's a great idea to branch out and bring in the seed, and then from that exchange, some meetings or opportunities born from that exchange. So starting to go to conventions of agriculture meetings, it's a good way to exchange, and make a presence. That's the whole point. And by making a present, people start to, oh, the Keshe Foundation, and they go and check it out, or they reach out, or a meeting comes. But I think it's important it's a good environment. I see it's maybe even faster to spread than they going into the institutional and go through all the blockages.
Just 1 second, please. I know exactly what you're talking about. I worked through these kind of organizations for 20, 30 years. This is what I always say. People, a lot of people don't understand the background I come from. I've been a businessman for 30 years. And these kind of places is where I always been involved with. These exhibitions and fairs and these kind of things is where I know exactly where and what needs to be done and where to go. And I know how We don't need to be in exhibitions, but the people who we can change the direction. We have to understand or bring people in it that they can be set up on it. In next, as I said, I repeat again, in next 2 or 3 weeks, many of you will be most probably surprised in the structure of the Keshe Foundation, which is becoming public.
So we adjust to the plan.
Yes, but
with patience.
What happened? We need the Keshe Foundation as Keshe Foundation Worldwide in conjunction with Universal Council to start working together. If you go into the hard area of the medicine, you'll give up because a lot of you don't have it. Agriculture is the easiest way. And it's a good way to start working as one nation organization. We see a lot of things down the line. We see a lot of plans which is done, a lot of work which is done. And as I said, if you go back, a lot of you who are around the foundation, you've been most of the teaching. You've noticed in past 3 or 4 weeks, we do not make any more announcements. I go directly into teaching. This should have given you a lot of clues how the foundation, if you understand, is working. If you remember, I used to make a lot of what we're doing, whatever. All this has finished. The structure of the Keshe Foundation worldwide, the operation of the Keshe Foundation worldwide has totally changed, and it will change in the next 2 or 3 weeks. Beyond imagination. A lot of people you see with the Keshe Foundation, they'll move out of the Keshe Foundation. I'm restructuring the whole of Keshe Foundation worldwide. We're bringing a lot of new teams to be applicable to where the Keshe Foundation is going. It's not that they're not needed. It's just that we moved on, that we don't see a place for them. A lot of people you're familiar with in Keshe Foundation will move into different positions. And many of the people you see, we don't have any position for them in the position of the Keshe.
Hello, Mr. Keshe. Oh, we lost the voice message there temporarily. Bear with us. They were still waiting for Mr. Keshe to come back. see Dan has his hand up. Allow you to talk there, Dan, if you have something you want to say right now.
Yes, thank you, Rick. I want to ask confirmation from Ursula, our Spanish group, if you Oronco, Jeanette, is able to translate in lifetime what in this moment Mr. Keshe and you and Carolina are speaking. This is my question, my wish, if it's possible to
Then
search.
be a reality up this Tuesday. So she will translate directly for all Spanish community every Tuesday, so they can understand and have the translation in direct. It was a big work to translate it all the time. I'm doing my little translation direct on the website, the official page, website, Facebook, and Janita will translate it directly. She wake up 3 in the morning so that all Spanish all around the world can participate directly. So there's a big gift from Jeanette. I am very grateful for this work she will do, and will be start next tomorrow morning, after tomorrow. And we hope that others will come in, and this happen also in all the languages, so that everybody can assist directly to this workshop. Very important one now. Has always been, but now it's going very, very deep. So we need to be present and plug in as much as knowledge seekers around the world, because this will help us also UC members to be supported, and so that everyone knows what is happening, because it's going so fast and so deep, and it needs to be known. So thank you, Jeanette. Thank you, Dan. Thank you to the Roman community that helps us so much to make beautiful workshops every Monday with Gianni. And Gianni always, and Jan and Danny always present. Thank you very much for this beautiful community. We love to work with them, and we have some projects, beautiful projects. I can tell you, I will rent a house in the south of France. I have 6,500 square meters, sorry, and I will put it in contribution to agriculture. First permaculture, and immediately after, thanks to Gianni, will come to create an oasis and plasma culture, as he teach us so beautiful in this moment. Thank you. And also this place, I wish that it will be an European pilot experience here in France. It's not an easy land, as you know, with all the yellow jackets, very present, and French people are awakening. It was time to do it, and if we can contribute in a European experimental and show how to do it from the beginning, to show all governments, European one, that it can happen very easily and very beautiful, and can help so many people around the world. Here in France, where I live, the lands are with many pesticides and problems and nuclear centrales and all this kind of pollution. I'm living close to Avignon, and there are also many agricultors having a lot of problems. And when we can show them, wow, would be a very beautiful gift to this country. Thank you for all. You're all welcome. You can all come there and work together with us. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ursula. And I think we're still waiting to hear back from Mr. Keshe. So maybe another couple of minutes before he's able to connect again.
Okay, Rick, can I say something while we wait?
Sure, Gatwa.
Yes, I'm posting something here, a wish. So if you could go back to the wishes page, and then I will make my suggestions when we are looking at the writing.
Now you want the wishes page, or do you want the list of UC suggestions for plasma application in agriculture?
Any will do, thank you.
Pardon me, what will do?
Any will do, and I posted something in the chat.
Any will do?
Any those pages, the wishes, or the suggested pages for agriculture.
All right.
And I have a wish, Dr. Gatwa. Please, you are so welcome. We make the next agricultural workshop with our Spanish, Romanian, and all those who understand Spanish. We make a workshop the 18th February, 21 CT. So you are welcome. You have a good translator with John Wells. So we are all waiting for you, Dr. Gatwa. You're so big welcome. Thank you.
Muchas gracias.
Te esperamos.
Ursula, can
Yes.
you publish this date, please, and the time?
Yes, I did all right. You can see it when I talk also about agricultural experiences in Argentina, and this with John Wells, Misiones. Then I think I was dating. Yes, you can see it there. It's at 5:51. We got beautiful teaching in agriculture topic with Gianni from Romania. Next Spanish special workshop, Agriculture Monday, 18 February. We wish that Dr. Gatwa will accept our invitation. We have the best translator he knows well because he assists to his workshop already. It's John Wells. Perfect English, and of course, perfect Argentine because he's living there. I am very happy to have this piece of land to make this experience because we are very close to Spain. We are in France, and the Spanish community is very big in the south of Argentina. We have also there Maria Diori, a big Argentine agriculture reaching high-level results. She has good contacts to show, so we have many things to do, and there are many Mexicans also, and many people applying. Also to this workshop, agriculture, we have done 3, all right, and the next one is this 18, and we are all waiting for Dr. Gatwa. We'll be very honored to come in. And we have every Monday special teaching now. We have the second one. We have the knowledge seeker Spanish, very beautiful and going very, very deep in knowledge. And I'm very happy about that because we are waiting now for more UC members support, because as I am here in France, the only Spanish close to here is Spain. And you know, Europe is not the easiest part of the world to go with politics, but I'm sure it will start here in the south of France and then going very, very fast through many beautiful experiences. And my wish is to have more UC member support in South America, because as every country has its own government and problems and beauties, well, a local person of this country will be more than welcome, because nobody knows better his country as a person who lives there. So I hope it will be soon, this wish happening. Thank you.
Thank you, Ursula. And Gatwa, I see you have a statement in the chat. Is that what you want me to put into the document?
Sure. Yes, please.
Seems like it might, maybe it should go in both our documents.
I was just thinking about that.
And do you want to read it, Gatwa?
Yes, sure. We, the Universal Council, give you our souls for cooperation with governments across the world to jointly work with us to bring about national and global food security through plasma agricultural practices that improve yields, nutrition, and income.
Sorry, Dr. Gatwa.
Sorry, Gatwa, the sound is really bad.
Of Dr. Gatwa?
Yeah, it's you don't have enough bandwidth. Allow me to say it, Ms. Gatwa. Sorry about that. Okay, Gatwa's statement says, we, the Universal Council, give through our souls for cooperation from willing governments across the world to jointly work with us to bring about national and global food security through plasma agricultural practices that improve yields, nutrition, and incomes without need for costly external inputs. In this regard, we call on all willing governments across the world to contact the Universal Council through email at peace@theuniversalcouncil.org. Okay, thank you, Gatwa, and I'll put that in the other document as well.
Dr. Gatwa? Dr. Gatwa? I think he lost his bandwidth. I think there has to be a small adjustment. He can't speak.
A small adjustment, is that what you said?
Yes, as it is a wish, we have learned to confirm not giving them any way out from willing governments, but for cooperation from governments across the world. To, if that is okay, to remove willing. The wish has to be as the confirmation is already done. and for us to bring about, but we have to adjust that also, please, to bring national and global food security. Confirmation again.
So, what are you saying there about national and global food security?
Can you increase the size of the wording because it's too small for me? I need to look 10 times before I can read it. Oh, that's better. So if you read the, if you read the wish, yeah, we always work from the confirmation point. So we, the Universal Council, give through our souls to cooperate. No, sorry, wait, Rick. Instead of for, should we not replace it with receive cooperation from governments across the world?
Okay, so give through our souls and receive
cooperation from governments across the world or globally. Dr. Gat was going to have to see what he agrees with.
Something's gone wrong with my, I can't type on here anymore. I think I have to make it smaller again or something. Nope, something's gone wrong here. Let me see if I just restart the page, maybe.
Set the browser window zoom to 100% and then just increase the Google Doc percentage.
Say that again. To set what up?
The browser window zoom to 100.
What browser window zoom?
When you're hitting Control plus and minus and everything.
How do I know it's at 100%? Or 50 or 150 or whatever.
Put your fingers to the source.
Should be on your view menu, your view menu at the top there.
Don't have a view menu other than what's here.
You're in Safari, so you have a file edit view up
there.
Oh,
view. Okay, actual size.
And now increase the zoom. Now you should be okay.
It's already maxed out, and it wasn't big enough for her.
Oh, okay.
That was the problem, and then when I increased it, it wouldn't allow me to...
Yeah, it fixes your typing, though.
Yeah, it was already fixed, though. And now it's broken again.
Pull the link up in Chrome, it'll be just fine.
each participant is able to increase the picture in the manner for seeing better. Double click in the window.
I don't know what you're talking about, Dan. Double click in the window for what?
For seeing better, each participant is able to increase to you from seeing better.
No, that's not the problem. I don't think you understand what's going on, Dan. I'm not able to edit in here when I increase the window or even edit at all right now. So I have to go into a different browser. I don't have... Krasmir, your microphone's open. Please mute. I don't have... I've got Firefox. I've got Opera. Okay, I've got Chrome there. Here we go. Hang on. Shut down the other ones now. All right, it wants me to sign in. Okay. No idea.
Size of character you have in this moment 11. Making bigger in top where is the character. You have the 11. Making 18 or 12. Not 12, 20. Is showing the character bigger.
You think that'll make it edited okay? Well, I can try it. Okay, I'm able to edit it, at least temporarily now. Okay, let's get back to it again. We, the Universal Council, I couldn't get the other Chrome to open. It wants my email and password, and the password's incorrect, so I can't even open the other one anyway. So we'll work with this one. We, the Universal Council, give through our soul. How to go and receive cooperation from governments across the world to jointly work with us to bring about, etc. Okay, does that look good? How are you with that, Carolina?
If I may suggest not to use practices, but application. That is improving yields, that is improving.
Why would you want application?
Just let me increase my screen. I think your computer is tired, Rick. You've been added too early this morning.
What do you mean? What's wrong with it?
I said, I think your computer is tired, that I didn't want to reopen the text. It's a joke. You already been working so early this morning.
Yeah, I'm definitely tired. Yeah, we're up over 3 hours here as well.
Yes, that's why I wanted to. We, the Universal Council, give through our soul and receive cooperation from governments across the world or from governments globally to jointly, to shorten it a bit down, after across.
It's already got global food security. You don't want to have globally and global food. I don't think.
Okay.
In the same sentence.
Across the world to jointly work with us to bring about national and global food security through plasma agriculture
practices.
I think application will be better.
You mean applications through plasma agricultural applications? Plasma agricultural application doesn't make sense for a word that would improve yields. Plasma, if you took out plasma agriculture and just said security through application that improve yields, or through applications that improve yield, probably applications might work. I don't see why you take out practices. Practices seems like a perfect word for that. You want to put in applications instead. Okay.
I think if you apply it, you practice it.
Well, it's...
No. Let's see where we get. We know that we're always going back to where we started and we start all over again till we get it correct.
Okay, what else would you like to change? There's also the willing governments in the second sentence, so you want willing taken out of there. Call on all governments. Perhaps we can put globally in there instead of across the world again.
Yep. And improving yields. He wants to go into detail. If it would be okay, if we are at the 3-hour mark, this is going to take a long time to set right. Because I see a lot of other things that could be added to this beautiful wish. And I would love to have Dr. Gatwa to work with him. And he has most probably a very bad line. Dr. Gatwa, can you text to us? Would it be okay to postpone this one till next week? Are you still online, Dr. Gatwa? And okay, Dr. Gatwa says he has a very poor. Yeah, Dr. Gatwa, can we work on this wish next week? That you can be on board? There's a lot of work with this wish.
He says he can't hear, so I'm sure he'll be fine with that agreement.
Okay.
Carolina.
I will send it to him in person that we will finish the wish.
Okay.
When you are present.
And the reason I had trouble with the word applications, I realize now, as Mark has made clear, that application sounds like fertilizer application, and it doesn't take into all the other practices of the agricultural that might be more than applying something to the land as a applicator of some sort, you know. It's just a different connotation.
That is what I
there.
was. Yeah, that's what I was realizing when I went further down into the wish. I didn't connect it with the application, but this will become a very beautiful wish, and I think we should work it out starting next week when Dr. Gatwa is present, and then we can work it out.
Plasma agricultural science.
Where?
And he also is suggesting that Rick, I got a message from Dr. Gatwa that perhaps we can animate this message, slightly edited, and with the images of agriculture. So we can work on it. And
okay,
yes,
well,
we finish the wish next time.
That sounds good.
Okay. So, anybody, anything else? Or shall we close the books till next week?
There were a few things that Stella mentioned that hasn't been put in this document yet about presenting. For example, she talked about a video and a PDA, PowerPoint type of presentation. If that would be something people want to use to approach their government. Stella may be here now, and she can probably be more specific than I am, but I remember those two specifically.
What is requested, Dr. Moshfaq?
Stella mentioned two things about contacting through a presentation to them and to use PowerPoint and videos for that purpose. And she might not be here at this time, but I only remember these two. She might have one more, but I think we can put those in this document for now, and she can add more if there is any later. PowerPoint and video as part of the presentation.
Okay, well, they're in as a rough idea for now. Maybe we could flesh that out more next week again.
Sounds good.
So we need to get more definite on that, so we actually come up with some kind of product that'll be useful to people in the UC or people in general to approach their governments or other officials. We're told that we don't want to use that 100-page document, that's reserved for the Keshe Foundation to make an official presentation. But we could definitely have maybe a brochure or a packet of information, video or PowerPoint as aids or ways that we can approach avenues, tools. Okay, well, perhaps we can wrap things up for today, as we're getting on to almost 3.5 hours here. And we'll carry on with this next week, and people can think about it as to how we can approach this subject of agriculture, and in a way that enables it to flourish, you might say. Anybody else with any comments before we wrap up?
I think it would be nice. Sorry, Flint. 1 second, please. With you mentioning and Mosfak mentioning to get ready by next week. Wherever Mr. Keshe has brought agriculture teachings in the public domain, please go and collect what all the specific benefits are, because I think they will look very nice in your PowerPoint. What actually the plasma brings as a change and a benefit towards the plant, the land, and the humanity. And it would be nice to collect maybe parts of those teachings, and maybe even the pictures which we brought forward from all the tests which we have done, because they're in public domain, so you can bring them forward and work with them. And that's maybe a good idea to set up or create the package of then how to expand on it. Thank you very much.
Universal.
Flint?
Yes, Flint?
Yeah, I have the Universal United in Peace document ready, if you want to see or show that.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Flint. I know how much work you have done in the background working on it while we were presenting. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you're very welcome.
Is it peace at the Universal Council or peace at Universal Council?
The word "the" is in there. It's part of the domain name. This is a document that was put out a few months ago, but it's updated now.
So we're going to promote this document, I guess, and it'll have all the links, clickable links in it. Is that the idea?
Yeah, all the links will be clickable. It's a PDF.
It's a PDF. Oh, we can't promote it. We can't share it in Facebook, unfortunately.
Oh, well,
so we'll
I'll
have to have
make
it
a JPEG
posted.
of it then.
It'll have to. Okay, will it have clickable links in the JPEG?
No, that's file format's not.
Okay, then there's no sense in sharing the document that way. We can just refer people to the website, and this should be replaced on the website then.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's where the document is right now, and that's where all the links are clickable above the document, at least above the picture. As a PDF, we could post it in, there's one of our sites, I think we can post PDFs, and maybe we could link to it or something like that. That's one of the problems of PDFs. With Facebook, probably because there's so many links that get embedded in the PDFs that Facebook can't handle it somehow. It should be on the website like this, actually, and then have just the clickable links right inside the page. I'm not sure. We'll have to sort it out in the background, I guess, and try to figure out the best way to serve this up.
Thank you, Flint, for updating. It's beautiful.
Yes, you're welcome.
So we meet again next week.
Okay. Thank you very much, Caroline, for today's work. And thanks to Mr. Keshe for a special appearance today. And thanks to everyone else for contributing and adding to our discussion. And this has been the 65th One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace for Tuesday, February 5th, 2019. Thank you, everybody, for attending. And we'll see you next week at the same time and place for the 66th 1N, 1P, 1R. And stay tuned for other public teachings this week, including the Knowledge Seekers Workshop on Thursday at 9 a.m. Central European Time, as per usual. And we'll find out more details about the plans for the Keshe Foundation and the changes in the up and coming. Okay, I think we're done for today. And thank you, Flint, for your services today and for taking us out here.
I have no audio.
No sound, Flint.
Sorry about that.
Hello. We are the Keshe Foundation. Our mission is to bring peace on Earth and join humanity with the universal community. We wish and work to bring man as equal to all beings in the universe. By teaching plasma science and technology equally to everyone, no one is left out and no one is abused due to lack of knowledge. By donating to us, you can help achieve this goal. keshefoundation.org/donate.
Plasma products found at keshefoundation.org/store. Soothing, reusable plasma eye and migraine mask. Eliminate eye fatigue and relieve stress in eye area. European certified medical device. Massaging plasma insoles. Bring comfort back to your feet and energize your legs. European CE certified medical device. Antiseptic plasma liquid hand soap. Promotes well-being and relaxation with protective plasma formula. CE certified. One Soul Plasma T-shirt. GAN's formula within the symbols and stripes brings mind, soul, and body into balance. European certified. Pain Relief Pen. Emits a concentrated plasma field at point of pain, efficient up to 3 centimeters below the skin. CE certified. The Magrav's Energizer and Alkalizer raises pH and energizes water through magnetic and gravitational fields. CE certified medical device. Pain Relief Pad, a result of years of research in nanoplasma technology with magnetic and gravitational fields. CE certified medical device. Visit the online store at keshefoundation.org/store or find a distributor near you. Tax and shipping not included.